Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there could potentially be a vote flip in the air. They don't call it Waffle Wednesday for nothing. Oh my freaking gosh. This is all developing right now, so it's all very up in the air. We don't know if it's going to happen or not, but what? So before we get started, I want to thank our super chatters from yesterday because that's a fantastic way to support our channel. So Angela H, Gail Murphy Comedy, Camila Gamba, Mary Ellen L, Jefferson Tucker, Justin Tanner, Mark Marshall, Pika Blue, Gia, Cheryl D, the CAC 16, Missy Brazovich, Tara Perucci, Christine, Autumn Pond, Samuel Johnson, and Valerie Newton. Thank you all so much for your super chats. We really appreciate that. And our house guests of the day are Stephanie and Mike and Connor Bourne. Thank you all so much for the support. We cannot do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. I'm shook right now. I was not expecting this. Every time I'm about to do a stream or I'm getting caught up on the live feeds and I'm almost in real time, something insane happens and then it's just it's a lot. I'm exhausted. But anyway, when we left off yesterday, Hisam is up on the block next to Cameron. As we have seen, Hisam has been on his apology tour and the campaign trail. He's been telling everybody he will be loyal to whoever votes to keep him. And I would say he was focusing most of the apologizing on the artists formerly known as the professors. And then he was focusing most of the campaigning efforts on the other side of the house, right? The people outside of the professors. So he needs 6 votes to stay here. And he was really angling and hoping to get Jag, Blue, Matt, America, Corey, and Jared because he sees those 6 as a group that can be brought together and that can rally around him. I don't see that happening. I think if he's going to stay, it's not going to come from that group. It's going to come from his old allies, but we'll get there. So he was spilling lots of important information in his campaign. Of course, outing the professors, duh. He was also dropping Cameron is working with the professors. He was the one that spilled all of the information about Riley and her alliance, which led to Hisam targeting her, which is true, right? Cameron was giving out the deets. Yeah. But more importantly, Hisam was dropping that Jared has been working with the professors. Oh, so Jag had his suspicions that something was up with Jared, and now he has some evidence to back it up. Will he do anything with this? Possibly not. It seems like he took it in and at first he was like, oh wow, that's a lot. Jared's playing both sides. And then he kind of just threw that away. I haven't really heard him say anything about that since then, which is a little alarming. But anyway, yeah. Hisam now believes that Jared is with the other side because of his showmans with Blue. No, he doesn't know that Cirie is Jared's mommy. So Jared is going to be loyal to Cirie and that side of the house. But anyway, Jag had a revelation, hearing all this information from Hisam. Jag has realized that Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia are in the best positions in the house right now. And they pretty much have a deal with everyone except America. I will say Felicia does not have all of the deals that Cirie and Izzy have, but she does have a lot of protection even just from being close to them. But Cirie and Izzy, they really do have a deal or an alliance with everyone except for America. Jag is also keeping in mind that he may have an alliance with Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia right now, but they had one with Hisam, and look how that went for Hisam, right? They turned on him. They didn't even give him a chance. They backdoored him. So Jag is can I trust this new alliance with them? Right? He's in this 7 Deadly Sins alliance with them, and he's I don't know. Well, he did decide that he was going to spill to Cirie and Izzy about Hisam's campaigning, and upon hearing that Hisam was throwing them under the bus, Izzy went up to him and was screw you. And I was sad for you last night. It's just too much. Like, seriously, she expects Heisem to just roll over and get evicted. Did you not think he was gonna like spill some tea? And honestly, most of the stuff he's been saying has been true. So anyway, in other news, America told Blue, we talked about this yesterday. We're still in the recap. America told Blue, we should consider maybe keeping Heisem because he could be a good number for our side. So Blue reported this back to Felicia and Jared. Oh boy. So she's just turning on America like that, huh? So of course it got back to Suri. And America has now moved way up on the house target list, aka Suri's target list. So yeah, all that being said, at the end of yesterday's spoiler, it was still looking like Heisem would be evicted, but he was definitely putting in the work and still trying. Okay, today's spoiler may end a little differently. Okay, so getting into the new stuff, we have a showmance update. It's about Jared and Blue. After promising his mom that he would not get physical with Blue, he's just kicking it with her. He vibes with her. He also said he wasn't going to cross any boundaries that he had established with his person at home. I guess it's like his on again, off again girlfriend. Jared and Blue kissed yesterday. Seems physical to me, I think, right? So they were under a blanket on the sky bridge, like in the middle of the afternoon, which is freaking bold, in my opinion. I mean, anybody could just walk by and see that. Like, what? So, yeah, we already knew that Jared sucks, but it's gross that Blue is doing this when she's heard the things that Jared has said about women, like so many things. Ew, Blue, no. I know you're bored. I know you're desperate, but like, you're that desperate? Come on. So, that's that. Let's talk about the showmans that we want that is not happening. Corey and America, they have a game chat in the have not room. Something to keep in mind here. Word has reached Corey that America told Blue that they should consider keeping Heisem. And Corey knows that because of this, America is now in a lot of trouble and has moved up on the target list. So Corey says to America, something I'm realizing is that anyone that entertains what Heisem is saying in his campaigning immediately gets shit talked by everyone. I mean, what we're going to see later is only certain people get shit talked, but you know. Anyway, the translation here is stop saying that you're thinking about keeping Heisem because it's not going well for you. Corey has all of this information that he has from working with Suri, Jared, and Izzy, right? But he knows that America is kind of all over the place. So he can't just straight up tell her, look, you're in trouble because you were thinking of maybe keeping Heisem. Like, you can't be saying stuff like that. He knows he can't say that to her because maybe he might get in trouble for sharing that information. So Corey is trying to like warn her without saying things directly here. So Corey says, I don't think anyone's really advocating for Heisem to stay. And he's like, I think if I said one word, I'd be targeted next. So like, don't do that. And America's like, no, I'm not entertaining it. What? I know that that's how this works. Like, I don't want to get caught up in all that. And I will say America was telling people after the whole Blue conversation, she was saying like she is voting Heisem out. But the damage has been done there, right? So Corey says, well, I'm worried that Jag and Blue have something going on. And America's like, no, I was just talking to Jag and he said that he doesn't know who to trust. You know, the only thing he has going on right now is the six. And when I talk about the six, I mean Riley's crew from week 1. So it's like Jag, Blue, Matt, Corey, America. Who am I missing? Jag, Matt, Blue, Corey, America, Jared. Jared. So Corey's like, well, I don't believe Jag. You know, we are not his group. Now, again, keep in mind, Corey knows about the 7 Deadly Sins Alliance that Jag is a part of because Jared spilled to him about it, right? So again, he has this piece of information. He can't just blurt it out to America because he can't trust her with this sort of stuff. But he's trying to be like, no, we're not Jag's group anymore. So Corey says, I think that Jag is withholding a ton of information from me. Yes. And he says the only thing that he talks to me about is the six. Again, Riley's old group. So America's like, yeah, that's all Jag has. And she's wondering, why do you give Jag so much credit? I've been BFFs with him since the beginning. Like, he's being honest with me. Oh, America, you sweet summer child. So Corey brings up an important point here. Remember at the beginning of the week when a lot of people were saying that Jag was going to be the next one to go after Hisam? Corey says, I'm not really hearing that anymore. Now that has switched to people wanting Red and Cameron out next. So again, translation here, Jag is not the target anymore because he's gotten into a new alliance with the people that were targeting him. So America's pushing. She trusts Jag. She's like, I don't think he's scheming the way that you think he is. She's just not picking up what Corey's putting down here. Oh, so Corey says, just so you know, like, I think tying yourself to Jag is probably not good for your game. Yeah. So Corey's asking, who would you put up if you won HOH? Because a lot of people are kind of nervous. They don't know that you would do, and they would feel a lot better if they knew. So America says that she would put up Red and Cameron. That's what she's been telling people. And Corey's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine to say. Because pretty much everybody would do that except for Red and Cameron, obviously. So you should be okay if you tell people that when they ask you. Eventually they talk about Blue, and America says she's done with Blue. She has tried with her, but she's not going to tell her anything anymore. She doesn't even realize that Blue threw her under the bus, but she could just tell it's not really working here. So Corey's like, yeah, you definitely should not tell Blue anything. Okay, so a little later, the 7 deadly sins meet up in the HOH room. And just a reminder, this is the alliance that Felicia and Felicia and Jag came up with during Jag's one-on-one conversation with Felicia this week. So it's Felicia, Cirie, Izzy, Jared, Blue, Jag, and Matt. The 7 deadly sins. I have a question. How do they all keep getting away with being up there? There have been so many like humongous whole alliance meetings in the HOH room this season, and I want to know why they're not getting caught doing this. But they all agree. They feel solid about their group, even with Hisam's campaigning, him trying to cause doubt. They agree that Hisam has to go this week. Cirie is explaining some stuff away. She says, yeah, everybody already knew that the sides existed in the house. There's no real information for Hisam to blow up. So what? He like names off all the professors, whatever. She says, Hisam dropping all this info did not have the impact that he intended. I mean, it definitely was not as explosive as I think he was hoping it was going to be, right? He did have some important info, but it wasn't like huge revelations all over the place. Not like game altering stuff. If he knew about like Cirie and Jared being mother and son, like that would be humongous, but he doesn't. So anyway, Felicia's like, okay, cool. Who should our alliance did you hear that? Who should our alliance target next? We got to be strategic here because this is an alliance that is bridging the gap between the two sides. They want to make sure that their nominations don't give away that they're working together, right? They're trying to find nominees that won't set off any alarm bells for the people outside of this alliance. So Felicia suggests, why don't we put up Red and Bowie and then backdoor Cameron? She feels like that could be the most ideal situation. And then Blue's like, but what if Cameron wins the power veto and uses it on Red? Then they're both going to be safe. Yeah, that's an excellent point. So then they discuss just putting Red and Cameron up together. Now, again, they're trying to keep this alliance under wraps. They don't want to set off any alarm bells. So that plan of putting up Red and Cameron would only really work for the Jag side of the alliance, right? Like Jag, Jared, Blue, and Matt. because it would make sense for them to put up Red and Cameron. However, if Izzy or Cirie were to win HOH, it would look really weird if they put up Red and Cameron because they're supposed to be working together, right? Even if they do end up targeting those two with like a backdoor, they don't want to like freak them out right off the bat. So they're thinking if Cirie or Izzy win HOH, they'd have to do something else. Maybe like put up America with a pawn, the pawn being possibly Mimi or Bowie. And then they're like, I don't think those two would be very happy about being pawned like that. So then, yeah, Felicia's saying that, like, no, it could be okay. We could still backdoor Cameron or Red. And if the nominations stay the same, we would have the numbers to vote out America and keep Mimi or Bowie safe. So Jag's like, well, why don't we bring Mimi into our group so that we'll definitely have the numbers? But then you can't be in the 7 deadly sins anymore. Are you gonna be 8 is enough? Like, what is this? But Jag is like, I don't think Mimi really like has any other alliances right now. So she could be another number for us. A few people bring up if they try to do that, Mimi's gonna be freaked out and she's gonna be wondering why she was brought into this huge alliance so late, right? I mean, automatically you're at the bottom of that alliance. That's not a great feeling. So Felicia says, no, we can just sell it as a new alliance to Mimi. She doesn't have to know that this was already established. The rest of the group is like, I don't know that Mimi's going to buy that. And they worry that she could potentially spill about it to other people. So they leave that. They're going to think about that some more. But they go back to the plans for next week. So Blue is like, well, what if we put up someone from our own alliance as a pawn? So Blue is like doing the math and she's like, yeah, I think we'll still have the votes. We can still make it happen and like take out either America, Red, or Cameron. So then Blue offers to go up as a pawn next to America. What are you doing? I feel like she just is not. She can't know much about this game, right? Like she's got to be a recruit because like why would you volunteer to be a pawn like that? What? Yeah, so she's offering to go up next to America and then they have the option to backdoor Red or Cameron if the veto is used. If not, they're confident that they would have the votes to get rid of America, especially, tacking on some extra ones. They think they would be able to get Corey and Mimi to vote out America. I don't think they'd be happy about it, but maybe they do it, I guess, right? If the rest of the votes are there, they have no choice. But Jag says, if none of us from this group win HOH, we're going to need to make sure that 2 of us don't end up on the block together, right? Of course, because then you're forced to vote out one of your own. But he says we can still navigate if it's only one of us up on the block. We'll still have the numbers to make the decision. So they're pretty confident also that they can make this happen. They can convince people to only put up one of them. We'll see. All right, a little later, a little break from the game. The house guest sang happy birthday to Cameron's daughter, like his actual daughter, not Riley. Red made a candied walnut cake, which honestly looked pretty delicious, so that's fun. Back to the game. Corey and Jag have a chat in the scary room. And this is happening because America advised Corey, like, you should talk to Jag. He wants to know where you're at. Make sure that you're good with him. So Jag says to Corey, I feel like I'm a target for some people right now. And Corey says, yeah, honestly, it seemed like that before earlier in the week. But now it seems like almost everyone would put up Red and Cameron next week. So Corey says, if Red and Cameron were to win HOH, though, you might be going up on the block. And Jag is like, oh, hell yeah. He's pretty confident that Red would target him. He feels like it's very obvious. And I would agree with that. Red is definitely targeting Jag. So they agree that between Red and Cameron, they would definitely want Red to go. They are both targeting Red. On the flip side, they both kind of like Cameron. They see themselves potentially working with him. So they would definitely prefer to take out Red over Cameron. Corey and Jag also discuss working together. They're like, hey, you're close to America. I'm close to America. Like, we could do something here, right? I mean, they were both part of the 6 before Riley's squad. And Corey's wondering, is that group of 6 still real? Not really, but they're going to act like it is. So yeah, Corey says, obviously we're not going to group up like Heisem wants us to save him, but that doesn't mean that we can't still group up and work together. They agree that the six should continue to look out for each other. We'll see if anything happens with that. All right. So then Suri and Izzy are chatting in the comics bedroom. And Izzy says she thinks between Red and Cameron, Red is the more dangerous player. I would agree with that. Suri also agrees. She says without Red, Cameron will wither and wilt like a flower with hot water on it. And she feels like he's not going to have anywhere else to go. I don't know that that's necessarily true because it seems like we just saw Corey, Jag, they're both talking about potentially working with Cameron. Some people are open to it and they want to work with him. So I could see him getting pulled into something. I think America's open to working with Cameron. So I honestly think that Cameron would have more options of people to work with than Red. But anyway, they agree they want America out soon. Suri says she sees right through America. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Now, obviously, they know that Corey and America are very close, but they're not worried that Corey is going to like get played by America because Corey has made it very clear he's not getting involved in anything romantic in this house. And you could tell there is definitely a wall there. It's not like Jared and Blue. Corey's actually serious about it. Good for him. All right. As much as I'd love to see those two showmance, because I think they're a lot of fun together, I respect it. Do your thing. Okay. So anyway, Izzy and Cerise start talking about all of their millions of alliances. They're trying to keep them straight, trying to figure out which ones are dead, which ones are active. So Izzy also breaks out some M&Ms to go through everything because they're also trying to figure out who they want to go to the end with, like final 6, final 5. They're thinking way ahead. I mean, you have to a certain degree. You just can't like get cocky about it, right? So they're feeling okay about 7 deadly sins right now. They are feeling more concerned about Red, Cameron, and Bowie than they are about Matt and Jag. So Matt and Jag have definitely moved down on their target lists. They were laughing about how they can't believe that Blue was volunteering to go up on the block next week, right? Wild. But they agree that Red is the number one priority to go. But America also has to go soon too. Okay. So then some other alliances. Of course, they have the bye-bye bitches, but they're wondering, can we still trust Bowie and Mimi? Like, what is going on there? They've been back and forth about those two for a few weeks now, it seems like, right? They don't know if they can trust them. They also have this new majority alliance that Red is trying to put together, which is basically just the professors minus Heisem plus Cameron and Matt. We'll get to that in a bit. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, I mean, that one seems like BS, right? For Izzy and Felicia, that one's not serious, especially if Red is their number one target. But they're trying to talk out who they want to keep around long term. And they're thinking, like, if we did have to decide between Bowie and Mimi, they're thinking that Bowie is probably better to keep around. Mimi is way smarter than Bowie. Even just thinking about like final 2 speeches, Mimi is going to deliver a way better speech than Bowie would. They feel like Bowie's going to be harmless without Red and Cameron, right? That is their main concern with Bowie right now, is how close she is to Red and Cameron. They don't want her going off and forming an alliance with them. But if they're not in the picture, they're not worried about her. So they're talking about their ideal final 6. And at this point, it's looking like it would be Suri, Izzy, and Jared, of course, Felicia, Bowie, and Blue. Blue? I wouldn't be putting Blue in there knowing how close Jared and Blue are going, but Suri seems to be in denial about that. She is taking Jared's word that, she's taking Jared's word that he's not getting that attached to Blue. There's nothing physical there. It's not real. Mom, you need to wake up. But anyway, yeah, she's in the dark about that. Izzy is saying that she does not want Corey to be at the end with them because she feels like Corey is always going to pick Jared over them. I mean, you are also working with a mother and son who are going to pick each other over anyone else, so you might want to think about that. But yeah, they're not feeling threatened by Blue at this point. We'll see how long that lasts. I feel like eventually it's going to get back to them that Jared and Blue are doing the kisses now. So I don't know. We'll see if they change that up. But yeah, for now they feel like they're gonna stick with the Seven Deadly Sins alliance while they take out Red, Cameron, America, and then they'll set their sights on like Jag. They think that Jag should be the first one out from the Seven Deadly Sins alliance. All right. So later, Suri and Corey have a quick check-in in the HOH room. And Suri is letting Corey know, hey, just a heads up. Red is trying to get a new group together to solidify an alliance. And again, she's telling him it's the professors minus Hisam plus Cameron and Matt. So Corey's like, who the F are the professors? Now, Corey knows about this alliance, right? Because he's working very closely with Jared, Suri, and Izzy, and they've told him this stuff. But there are so many fake alliances going on in this house. He can't keep track of which one is which. Also, I don't think he ever knew the name the professors. So he's like, who is that? But Suri lists everybody off. And again, she's saying this new one would also include Cameron and Matt. And she says Red is just trying to get this alliance together because he wants Cameron and Matt to feel included in it and not like he's just some add-on or there's just some add-on. They already know that they're late additions. I mean, really, they know about the professors. They know that they were not original members here. It's another BS CYA cover your ass alliance to just throw on Suri and Izzy's pile. But anyway, a little later, Suri and Red are in the storage room. And Red says, hey, just so you know, there's supposed to be a meeting tonight. And he's not talking about this alliance that he's putting together. He says there's supposed to be a meeting tonight about keeping Hisam. And it's going to be Jag, Matt, Blue, America, Corey, and Jared. Now, those are the votes that Hisam has been hoping for, right? He hopes those 6 will come together and keep him. But like, I don't remember shit about a meeting like this being on the docket, being on the schedule. I don't know if Red is just making this up as a scare tactic. I heard nothing about a meeting like this. But anyway, Red says that group wants to keep Hisam as a shield and a number. But he says they don't have the votes, so it doesn't matter. There's no way that Hisam is going to be staying. He says, however, it would be a good time for our group to get together and solidify and come up with a cool name. Okay, so a little later, Red's new group of 8 meets in the HOH room. And again, how are they not getting caught? Like, what is this? So it's Red, Cameron, Matt, Suri, Izzy, Felicia, Bowie, and Mimi. I have to wonder, what is the record for the most alliances a person has been a part of in one season? Because Suri and Izzy, they must be close to approaching that record, right? They are in so many alliances. Oh my God. So this group is calling themselves Legend 25, which I kind of think is like a dumb name, just my opinion. But they're talking about their goals moving forward, specifically for next week. And Red is really pushing for Jag and Blue to go up on the block next to each other. He says Jag is the target because he's targeting me. So yeah, he's saying America would be the replacement nominee if necessary. And then Felicia's trying to bring up like other suggestions. Like, what if it's Cameron in America or whatever? And then or what if it's Red in America? And then we backdoor one of them. And Red is just like shooting this down. He's like, no, it's Jag and Blue. America would be the replacement nominee. This feels a lot like Hisam taking over the professors. So again, this alliance is BS, but they're going through the motions here. So, all right, a little while after the meeting, Felicia, Matt, Jared, and Izzy are in the HOH room. And unfortunately, the beginning of this conversation was not on the feed. So we joined this combo already in progress. And we find out it's a heated argument between Jared and Izzy. Ooh, and Jared is saying everyone in the 8, he means the 7 deadly sins. Everybody in that alliance needs to know about this new group that is popping up with Red. Because at this point, all of us know about it except for Jag and Blue. And if they end up hearing about it from somebody else, they're going to be really weirded out by us. It's going to mess up our alliance. Like, we can't have that. So Jared wants to be the one to tell them. Of course. It's always Jared who has to tell everyone about the alliances, right? Big mouth. But Izzy is saying, no, I want it to be someone who's actually like in that thing with Red, right? She wants one of them to tell Jag and Blue. And Jared's like, well, I don't want to work with anyone with side shit going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, we can't be secretive about this stuff. And Izzy's like, I don't have side shit going on. Izzy's got so much shit going on, but Jared knows about it. But anyway, Jared is pushing. We have to tell Jag and Blue. And Felicia agrees with this. She's like, of course, like, we can't have any secrets in this group. So Jared keeps going on and on and on about this. And it's funny because he likes to call out Izzy on her emotional outbursts. But anyway, they do end up filling in Jag and Blue a little bit later. But like, the tension between Jared and Izzy, these two are ready to claw at each other. So they let Jag and Blue know Red has become the new Hisam. He is trying to call the shots in this new alliance that he put together, and he wants Jag and Blue up on the block. Okay. So that was all last night. Today, oh my God, Hisam is still campaigning. It wasn't really anything new. It wasn't sticking, whatever. Cameron is pissed because he finally found out that Hisam is saying that Cameron was the one that sold out Riley, which, like, he did. That's true. Come on. But yeah, Cameron's pissed about it. All right. Some quick things here. Hisam asked Jag, what are my chances to stay this week? And Jag let him know it's not looking good. We also saw today that Bowie and Felicia made a final 2 deal. So I can't remember. Does Felicia officially have a final 2 deal with Cirie? Yes, right? But I think Felicia is noticing how close Izzy and Cirie are and assumes that they have a final 2 deal. So, I mean, she doesn't even realize that Jared and Cirie have like a final 2 deal, right? She doesn't know that. But Felicia is trying to set herself up here for success and setting up multiple avenues to get to the end. Honestly, a Bowie and Felicia final 2 would be freaking wild. But anyway, yeah. So then we have a game chat with Jared and Corey in the storage room. And Jared is a little bit fired up. Jared is saying that Red has to go. He feels like Red is gunning for him and he's going to get Cameron to target him. So Jared says, what? Sorry, I thought I wrote camera instead of Cameron. Jared says that Cameron told him that Jared knows even at some point he's going to have to separate from Blue. Right? He's like, everybody knows it. Even you know it. You're going to have to separate from Blue at some point. So Jared says, I'm not pressed for a relationship, like, by far. I really don't need a relationship outside of this shit, outside of this house. Okay, but like, you're thirsty AF right now. You might not want this thing to continue outside of the house, but inside, it is distracting you and you're just spilling everything to Blue. But anyway, Jared says Blue is super beneficial for him right now in this game. If you say so. So Corey's like, okay, well, we really need to talk to Cirie and Izzy because those two think that they're good with Red and Cameron now, and they're not. And Jared agrees. Although Jared says, I need some time off from Izzy because she really pissed me off last night. That tiff kind of carried into today. There was some tension between them. But Jared says, yes, Red and Cameron need to go. Izzy and Cirie are not as safe with them as they may think they are because Cameron was saying that if he wins HOH, he's going to have to take a shot at the like power structure. And I believe he like pointed to the comics room or something. So, I mean, he knows that Cirie and Izzy are running some stuff. So Yeah, Corey says, Suri and Izzy seem to think that they're covered on all bases now. And Corey starts talking about all of the BS alliances that have been popping up. Yeah, it's a lot. But Corey says, I know about all these alliances, and it's driving me crazy because people are lying about them to me. Like, I know that these things all exist, and people are not admitting it to me. So Corey says, Suri and Izzy are aligned with pretty much everyone at this point, except for America. And you can't have like 3 8-person alliances. Yes. It just doesn't work. So Corey says, I'm trying to look out for them, but like they're not making it easy here. So Corey says, I feel like you and I, Jared, are still Suri and Izzy's real alliance, right? We're their number ones. But it's concerning that Suri and Izzy are setting themselves up to be protected by everyone, and then we're not protected by all those people like they are, or like they think they are. So Corey says, you and I need to make sure that we keep the 6th thing, meaning Riley's crew, as an option for ourselves, because there may come a time where we need some protection from them. So Jared's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And then Jared's like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but Heisem would be the perfect person for us right now. And he says, we could have Heisem as like our little pit bull that we sick on somebody and he goes and gets them, like Red and Cameron, get them out of here. I mean, of course, if Heisem were to stay, that means Cameron goes. So they could, tell Heisem, target Red for us. And then Heisem wouldn't be able to play for HOH next week, and then they could take him out. So Jared's like, it'd be really awesome, but it can't happen because we can't trust Heisem that he wouldn't take a shot at Suri or Izzy if he had the chance. So, okay, it's not dead. Eventually Izzy joins them. A little bit of an icy reception from Jared at first. Ugh. She was like, you won't even look at me? Anyway, they're okay now, I guess. But Izzy also floats the idea of voting out Cameron and keeping Heisem. Corey is trying to squash this. I'm sure Corey's going insane right now. He says, this is going to turn out just like last week, where you get the votes to make the flip happen, and it looks like it's going to happen for like 6 hours, and then you decide to flip it back. Yeah, it's exhausting. I'm with Corey on this. But it's still not dead. Heisem is continuing to campaign, and now he's kind of, I think, lost hope with Jag's side of the house, right? So he has gone back to the professors and he's going more for the emotional pitches, being like, we're a family, saying he'll do better if they can forgive him. He wants to work with them till the end, blah, blah, blah. Talking about how hurt he was that they put him up. So apparently it's hitting because Suri and Izzy are now thinking about flipping. I don't think this is all because of Heisem's pitching, but Heisem's pitching in conjunction with the fear that Cameron will target them. They are considering flipping this vote to keep Heisem. Oh my God. So Suri and Izzy, right before we started this spoiler, they were pitching to Felicia. Oh my God. They're talking about they need 6 votes to keep Heisem. They're trying to figure out who they could get, who it would be smart to get, and forming a new alliance, not another one from there. So I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get Felicia's blessing. I'm curious to see how that conversation played out. I don't know if they're still talking about it. I would assume they probably are, right? This is not just like a 5-minute conversation, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Is this just another Waffle Wednesday, or does this baby have legs? I don't know, but oh my goodness. They're definitely keeping things interesting, that's for sure. So, yeah, I honestly don't know what's going to happen at this point.
Oh, hi. Did somebody say waffles?
Yes. I could go for some waffles, honestly.
Yeah, but we're having Mexican tonight.
Yay! Okay, so we don't know who's going tomorrow. I can believe it because I've seen what's been happening the last few weeks, and we know that Suri and Izzy will do some wild shit. But yeah, we'll see if they get the votes and they stick with it. But anyway, I want to thank today's super chatters because that's a fantastic way to support our channel, and we really appreciate it. So Ant Dog, thank you so much for the super chat. And this is their first one. Yay! Thank you. Jack D65, thank you so much. Anita Starr, thank you so much. Mary Ellen L, thank you for the super chat as always. Maintenance Chick, thank you. And Maintenance Chick says, thank you, Maddie and Janet. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Mackenzie Koenig, thank you so much. Mackenzie's first super chat. Woo! Mackenzie says, hi from Denver, Maddie. My sister Anna and I have been avid listeners for years. Oh, thank you. We appreciate all the long hours you dedicate keeping us in the loop. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Jody Cortez, thank you so much. Jody says, back, forth, and forth. Stop. Get Mr. H. Yeah, I don't know. It's looking like they're going for it, but we'll see if it sticks. Camila Gamba, thank you so much. Camila says, hi, Maddie and Janet. Oh, hi. Much love from Billy and Jay. Thank you so much, Camila and Billy. We appreciate it, as always. Christine, thank you so much. Christine says, I hope that America wins this pressure cooker HOH, just so we can have a real shakeup, and because I do like her. Yes, and I know...
I'll second that.
I think that'd be a lot of fun for America to win HOH. It would be fun to watch people kiss her ass after they've been talking about targeting her. But also, I think she's got a really good shot at it if she wants it. Because wasn't she the one who was talking about that app during COVID where you, like, hold down... the button or whatever on your screen, and she stayed in it for like 46 hours.
Yeah.
So I think she's got a shot if she wants this one. Because remember, we got that pressure cooker coming up on Thursday.
And then all the casual viewers say, who's America?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. So thank you again. True Teddy, thank you so much. Okay, I gotta see chat here, so let me see. True Teddy says, Jared and Izzy discussing keeping Heisem today, and also Sari and Izzy pitching to Felicia right now is crazy after they already blindsided him. I know. Like, would he really be loyal to them if they keep him?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It's hard for me to say. I don't know. But it would definitely be interesting, that's for sure. Fruit Loop Dingus, thank you so much for the super chat. Fruit Loop says, what's with the Humila theme? Wedgies and no slop now? Yeah, the Humila theme, I mean, it's always been a big part of Big Brother to have people in, like, punishment costumes and, like, doing stupid shit, so.
We saw the Humila room yesterday on the chat, on the feeds, and America came in and left and did not do the boot in the butt.
I don't know if this is why, but I thought I heard that the boot was like malfunctioning for a little bit, so I think they like couldn't use it. I don't know if that's why or she just forgot, but
I was wondering, hey girl, you got hemorrhoids or what?
I don't know. Maybe too many kicks in the butt.
Yeah.
Maybe she spun too many 25s.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, they love making people look dumb on this show. Jeremiah's
try hard.
Yeah. Jeremias de Germ? I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. They said kind of random. Oh, first of all, thank you. They said kind of random, but which 3 house guests can you see making Final 5? I can see Corey, Bowie, and Felicia. Was thinking America until today. Ooh, that's a very good question.
I don't see Bowie making it to the end.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just got too many people saying her name at this point.
Yeah.
I could see Corey, possibly.
Damn coat.
Yeah, she's always wearing that winter coat, which is just so funny. Who else? So maybe Corey,
Felicia.
Yeah, I could see Felicia. I think it's gonna catch up to Sari and Izzy at some point, so I don't know that I see them making it. I think, maybe Mimi.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I feel like she could maybe stay under the radar, stay out of the drama. So yeah, we'll say Corey, Mimi, Felicia. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get behind that.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Wendy Will, thank you so much. And I love that sticker. Mic drop. Okay, Fruit Loop Dingus, thank you again so much. And they said, love the noise you make for awkward stuff. I'm glad you like it. Oh, okay. Matt broke the boot, but they fixed it. Okay.
How do you break
Good to
the
know.
boot?
Matt broke the boot in the butt handle. Wait, broke the boot in the butt handle. Oh, like the actual handle for it, I guess. Thank you, Yvonne. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's very strong, right? So maybe it was just like too forceful.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, I want to thank you all so much for being here. It's going to be a wild night seeing if this vote flip happens or not. I hope you're all ready to stay up. I'm going to be crocheting tonight while I'm watching these feeds. So
crochet me a house cover.
Yeah. So we'll see you all tonight for the episode recap and then tomorrow for the next spoiler. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for all the support. And until next time, much love. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.